Hi there, everyone. How you doing? Jesse here. Monday, November the 10th. Have you remembered? How do you remember Remembrance Day? How can you not remember Remembrance Day if you dare to watch the television or read any of the corporate media? It's just everywhere. They don't let you forget about it. They want to program you with war. I've been showing that over the last couple weeks, all coinciding. All these stories that are coming out, of course. We had the two false flags that were carried out, one in Quebec here, Saint Jean de Richelieu, and then, of course, in Ottawa a couple of days. Spectacular, brazen attack, right? And the irony, of course, of someone being shot, a soldier of all people, being shot at the war memorial right next to the tomb of the unknown soldier. You can't make this shit up. And then, wouldn't you know it, Justin Bork's lawyer stepping forward saying that guns should never be in the hands of Canadians. And at the same time, you have Gigi from Calgary, right? The former Secret Service member in the intelligence, Canadian intelligence, who just happened to go crazy, or at least develop some crazy plot and had these supposed, alleged plans to attack some skyscraper in Calgary. And, that's how it works, folks. There's probably many more stories that I'm missing on top of that. It's just they inundate you with it. They control your mind. It's all bullshit. Every single one of these stories is garbage. From the Moncton shooting false flag to the Ottawa false flag, Saint Jean Richelieu false flag. They're all hoaxes. They're all carried out in order to convince you that our soldiers are the real heroes and that the dangerous people are the people that have conspiracy theories or that question the government or the corporatocracy that controls the government. And so we're trying to fight back. I mean, one of the tactics we've been using is using the hashtags that they come up with. I kind of started this a few weeks ago, and I was saying, let's use the OttawaStrong hashtag. Let's use it. Actually, I've done this many times before because I'd used it in Moncton and I used it in Boston. Use their hashtags to go after the people. Not so much go after them. Don't think about antagonizing people. Think about reaching people. This is how it works. We're not enemies of the people, the sheeple, whatever you want to call them. We're trying to be their friend. We're trying to tell them what's going on. So these are some of the hashtags that you can use. Justin, the Ottawa Expositor, had his Twitter account torn down, so this is his new one. I'll leave a link for it below. Please follow him on Twitter because he's been working hard. All these hashtags, How I Remember, OttawaStrong, Remembrance Day, and Fall for CBC can be used to push all the work that is being done. And it's not just the videos that people like myself make, but it's also the really good blogs that are out there. People like Cut to the Truth, so many others out there that are doing really good work. People on Twitter have been doing a tremendous job. I can't even keep up with it. I got my Twitter here, and it's just there's so many people tweeting this stuff. It's quite special to see. And that's exactly what we need to do, and this is how we're going to have an impact, is that we go and we stand up to these things, right? And we reach our ordinary average Canadians in their comfortable homes or offices or wherever they may be and say, look, you need to take a really close look at these events like the Moncton shooting and then the Ottawa shooting, because they are not what they appear to be. And in fact, if you're placing flowers and getting all emotional, then you're playing directly into the powers that be. You're buying their propaganda hook, line, and sinker, and what you're doing is that you're really hurting Canada, the future of Canada, because these people have no interest whatsoever. The Harper government, forget about it. They don't give a flying fuck about Canada. They only care about themselves and serving the New World Order, and Canada's just a burrow of this New World Order. We're one of the Five Eyes. I like to call them the Six Eyes, but nonetheless, the propaganda is out there, so we have to hit back. And we can't think of being, we're not here to, take up arms and stuff like that. We're here to push the truth. That nothing's more powerful than the truth, right? It's the most powerful thing in the world. It's why the pen always beats the sword kind of thing, right? So how do we do it? Well, we reach our good Canadian people and we show them what we're, what they're doing, right? How they're programming people. Show them videos like the one that Dolores Flores did that show in a quick sort of 7-minute, I think so, thing that the whole Ottawa thing is a total staged event. So now, looking at the latest here, Wendy Botox Mesley is here, of course, wearing the poppy and talking about the mind control that Canadians are enduring. And wouldn't you know it, the Remembrance Day ceremonies are at an apex right now. And I guess it all has something to do with those 2 soldiers that were allegedly killed. Let's listen in.
As Remembrance Day nears, Canadians are honoring fallen members of our armed forces. And for many, the recent murders of 2 soldiers on home soil have made this year's ceremonies even more poignant.
I wonder why. I wonder why. This is how evil it is in Canada. They create these farces, these hoaxes in order to program you, Canada. This is the evilness at work. And most people buy it hook, line, and sinker. Soldiers are heroes? No, they're not heroes. Now, we need soldiers, all right? This is not to totally rip soldiers apart, but soldiers follow orders. That's all they do. That's what you do. You're not an individual if you're a soldier. You're part of a unit, and you're there to do as you're told. So they're not exactly the brightest, sharpest blades in the rack, and a lot of them are being conditioned. They're also conditioning a lot of young folks to join the military, like I showed the other day with that kid and the total bullshit story about him saving Remembrance Day of the school because somehow they just happened to cancel it. Oh, wouldn't you figure? But this super cadet, 5-year cadet, is coming to the rescue. Mind control.
Shannon Martin has the story.
A bugle call rich in tradition, heard at countless Remembrance Day ceremonies, carries a new significance this year.
Of course, the obelisk here, right? You always have to have your Masonic stuff. You have to have these symbols. That's the big joke that they play on everybody. That's how they get you, folks. One of the ways.
Corporal Cirillo was standing guard at the National War Memorial.
So you got this old guy, he's got a bunch of ribbons and medals, probably one playing bingo, and here he is giving a speech. He's got more than one poppy, because you got to have as many as possible, right? And then you got a little girl right next to him. And that's how they do it. We're all in this together. It's all together, Canada, right? Roll up the rim to win, right? You know, roll up the rim to roll up your country and you know, let the New World Order smoke it up. Because that's exactly what's going to happen, folks, if you fall for this mind control.
And tomb of the unknown soldier.
The irony, the tomb.
We weren't there, but we still care.
We still care.
At Hamilton's annual ceremony, nearly 1,000 people lined the parade route, far more than in years past.
Isn't that funny how it works? All of a sudden, record-breaking crowds for the parades. Go figure. It'll be the same in Ottawa, and the same in Montreal, and the same all over the place because people watch television. That's it. They watch TV, they listen to the radio, they watch the news, and they are under mind control. It's as simple as that. I don't even know how to put it more simple. You are 100% within their mind control. They are using propaganda to control you. Simple as that.
For a watchful eye, neighbors and strangers.
Under a watchful eye, of course, and you got the guy right up there. You know, because, yeah, you got to have snipers and whatever else up on the rooftop to keep an eye on everything because somebody might just decide to carry out a false flag again. I don't know. It's so crazy. I shudder to think where we'll be in 5 years.
Neighbors and strangers, little ones and parents stood in solidarity with their local military, still struggling with the loss of one of their own, Corporal Nathan Cirillo.
In the First and Second World War, you knew who you were fighting. This war, we don't know who.
There you go. There you go. Okay. So this is a mother of a soldier, apparently. And good crisis actor. I mean, she's either as ignorant as can be, or she's all part of this, right? And the idea, and I've shown this in many videos, everyone they're interviewing, and they only seem to, they say everyone, like the other day I showed the video, Calgarians are worried about this, and they had the one guy, and he says, well, you don't know who the enemy is. They could be anywhere. Could happen to anyone. Could be at any time. Anywhere, right? Just go figure. That's the only person they interviewed. That's the only person that they showed. And then now you got this lady, just happens to be the mother of a son who's in the same infantry regiment as Corporal Nathan Cirillo. And what did she say? You know, in World War I, World War II, we knew who the enemies were, but now we don't know. They could be anyone. It could be anyone because it's ordinary Canadians. It's the domestic terrorists. It's the people like Justin Bork, right, and Michael Zihab Bibol, right? These are the people. They're amongst us, and they're, you know, into conspiracy theories, right wing. They're gun nuts, gun loving nuts, and there you go. So the old lady's telling you exactly how to think. Let's put that back a little bit and listen to this.
Fighting. This war, we don't know who we are.
We don't know who we're fighting. Smile away.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all over the place, folks.
McCleary's grandson is a reservist with Cirillo's regiment and acted as one of his pallbearers.
Sorry, grandson. I'll correct myself there. That was a grandmother.
It could have been him. You know, like...
It could have been him. Could have been him. Could have been him. Could have been the guy that was standing at the memorial. Maybe if he was more on board and more of an eager beaver, maybe they would have brought him in for this total hoax. I don't know. But here you go. Could have been him. It could be. It could have been any soldier at the war memorial that was shot in a fake shooting. It could have been any of them. That's how crazy it is.
I think everybody thinks, as an Argyle that was guarding the cenotaph, that it could have been any of their children.
You see the psychological mind fuck that they're playing with people. I've been saying this since day one. The fact that they kill a soldier right next to the tomb of the unknown soldier, you can't make this shit up. What, 2.5, 3 weeks before Remembrance Day? So you have all this build-up, right? And everybody's being conditioned, and they're putting tanks in every little community to remind people of the service that people have had in places like Afghanistan. It's pretty much the only place that Canadians have served overseas over the last decade or so. So, mind control 101.
When we served in Afghanistan, it was, you know, we were a mess.
You're a mess.
Worried about them.
You're a mess.
But now you have to worry.
Now you got to worry.
Soil.
You're going to worry all the time.
In Quebec, not far from where Warrant Officer Patrice Vincent was mowed down in a separate attack, many say the importance of remembering, staying vigilant, now feels far more personal.
Yeah, far more personal.
At ceremonies across the country, there
you go. You got the turban guys, and everybody's showing these photos, and Patrice Vincent, Nathan Cirillo, when they were heroes, and there he is, and he's all serious. He's on his guard. He's marching. How evil does it get? I don't even know. Canada, if you're new to this channel, you have a lot of work. You got a lot of catching up to do, because this is these events are staged. They're there to take away your fucking rights. How do I put it to you? What? You want to know all the bills that they're bringing in? C-13, C-36, C-44, C-42, all these different bills to take away your right to defend yourself, all these different bills to come in and watch you, to allow the illegal wiretapping, to allow illegal detainment of people. Basically, the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act wrapped up in a nice little package with a bow on it, and all because of the false flags that they were able to successfully carry out because you people were asleep. That's it. If you weren't asleep, this wouldn't happen. If there was, I don't know, say 2 million Jeff C's out there, people doing the same thing as me, saying, hey, this is fucking bullshit, they would never get away with it. They would never be able to get away with it. But unfortunately, we're just a very small number, so we need as many people on board as possible.
Fights were front and center.
Front and center.
Back in Hamilton, comrades of Corporal Cirillo say the overwhelming support from close to home and beyond helps them soldier on.
We're gonna overcome.
Yeah, we're gonna overcome. They're gonna overcome. Yeah, I hope you never have to go to war someday, buddy, because one soldier's death that happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you guys are still struggling, and it's all bullshit anyways. I don't know if this guy knows it's bullshit, but I suspect he probably does.
And move forward.
Move forward.
In
there you
his
go.
memory.
In his memory. There you go.
Shannon Martin, CBC News, Hamilton.
It's all mind control, folks. That's what it is, and I'm trying my best to reach people. That's why I say, I've been saying for a long time, reach people with these hashtags. Go after them. Send them our videos. If you have something that really blew you away, you thought was amazing, whether it's one of my videos or somebody else's videos or a blog or something, try to reach the Canadians. Use these hashtags. Respond to them directly. Treat them with kindness and say, look, we're all in this together, and we desperately want you people to understand what's going on. Try to be kind with people. Don't yell at people or scream at people. You know what I mean. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day.